Hello, and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, retiring in Sicily under the 7% tax program has become a very attractive option for many people from around the world, especially the US, UK, Australia, and Canada. Now, to qualify, the town or village must have a population with a maximum of 20,000 residents. Now, before I start, may I ask that you drop a like on the video so we can get it out to more people on YouTube. Thank you. In today's video, I want to give you my opinion on the best 5 towns in Sicily to retire on the 7% tax program. Unfortunately, some of the larger cities like Palermo, Catania, and the beautiful Syracuse cannot make the list due to the size of their populations. However, there are many lovely smaller towns to choose from when deciding where to retire in Sicily on this 7% tax scheme. So, anyway, coming in at number 5 is Cefalù. Now, located on the Tyrrhenian coast of Sicily and with a population of nearly 14,000, Cefalù is an enchanting town known for its golden sands, lovely beaches, a splendid Norman cathedral, and its laid back lifestyle. One big advantage of retiring in Cefalù on the 7% tax program is that you can get to Palermo by direct train in under 1 hour, where you have the facilities of hospitals, also international schools, and plenty of cultural events. Furthermore, the train fare is typically only around 7, €8, which is very cheap. Cefalù, though, does have its own hospital, and it is a tourist town, so there are plenty of places to eat and drink. And if you're into churches, there are a plenty here. There are also ancient Roman baths and lovely ancient buildings as well. Personally, I love the historic streets filled with artists and quaint shops. I also loved hiking La Rocca, the big rock which towers over the town, and there are some really spectacular views from here. There are markets within the town as well as boutique shops. And Cefalo is also very, very walkable. And out of the top 5, it really would have been my personal choice to be number 1. However, for those of you who want a very quiet lifestyle, Cefalù in the summer may not be for you, as there are a fair number of tourists and the population can easily get up to 50,000. Furthermore, real estate is not cheap by Sicilian standards. Property costs here on average €2,700 per square meter. And if you want to rent a one-bedroom flat in the centre, that will cost you around €600 a month. A larger size two-bed can easily rent for nearly €1,000 per month. So it's not amazingly cheap. Now, coming in at number 4 is Castellammare del Golfo. Now, with a population of around 15,000 and situated in the province of Trapani, Castellammare del Golfo has become an important tourist destination in Sicily. It's very conveniently located in as much as it's only 30 kilometers from Palermo and 35 kilometers from Trapani. Both places have airports. And Castellammare del Golfo also has a train station, although the connections are not as good as Cefalù. It will typically take you about a couple of hours to get to Trapani and about an hour and 20 minutes to get to Palermo. The town itself is very picturesque and boasts a rich maritime history and vibrant culture. The streets are charming and the beaches beautiful. The town has a historic castle and a lovely promenade as well. And also, what I love is that there's a marina and there's a good choice of restaurants here, in particular, seafood restaurants. And you're going to eat some very, very fresh seafood here. Now, Castellammare del Golfo is also less touristy than Cefalù, and real estate is cheaper at just under €2,000 per square meter on average. It's also cheaper to rent here. And one other thing I have to say, there is also a bus station which is nearer the center, the train station being a 5, 6, 7 kilometers away. So that could be also a bit of an inconvenience. But nevertheless, I think this town is definitely worth considering. Now, coming in at number three is Castiglione di Sicilia. Now, with a population of just under 3,000 and located about 50 kilometers from Catania, Castiglione di Sicilia is a very nice small town perched on a hill on the northern slope of Etna. Castiglione di Sicilia actually stands at an elevation of 621 meters above sea level. It offers breathtaking views ranging from majestic volcanic peaks to the beautiful beaches of the Ionian coast. This town is rich in history with a castle that dominates the area and a quaint old town that really is full of monuments and artworks. In particular, the lovely church of San Antonio Abade with its bell tower, and it's also there's a lovely basilica here which has numerous precious artistic masterpieces. Now, the nearest airport is Catania Airport, and living here means you are in a quiet, peaceful, romantic, but yet very friendly small town. And the biggest advantage, listen to this, is that property here is incredibly cheap at an average of around €750 per square meter. That is cheap. Now, realistically, though, you are going to need a car if you want to live here. So that is one downside. Now, coming in at number two is Sambuca di Sicilia. Now, with a population of almost 6,000 and almost equidistant from beautiful cities of Agrigento and Palermo, Sambuca di Sicilia is considered to be one of the nicest villages in Italy. And I think it won an award in 2016 for being the nicest village in Italy from memory. Now, from Sambuca di Sicilia, you can drive to either Agrigento or Palermo in an hour or so. Another advantage of this place is that it's only 20 minutes from the coast, so you're only 20 minutes from the sea. It also has a wonderful climate of mild winters and summers which are hot, but not excessively hot. Now, as for the village itself, it has an archaeological complex which dates back to the 4th centuries, the remains of a castle, a lovely town hall, and numerous churches. Sambuca di Sicilia also has a number of annual festivals and events throughout the year. Also, it's got good facilities like pharmacies and grocery shops, and the nearest airport is Palermo Airport. And eating out here is very cheap as well, as is real estate. And real estate is incredibly cheap. You probably not believe me, but real estate on average here costs only €550 per square meter. That is incredibly cheap. Now, again, the only downside is that realistically here, you are going to need a car. So, coming in at number one is Giardini Naxos. Now, many people watching might have thought that Taormina would have been in first position, and there is no doubt Taormina is beautiful. But unfortunately, it is expensive when it comes to buying real estate, and also generally, if you live there, it will be expensive if you want to eat out. That said, it is still much cheaper than pretty much anywhere in the US, UK, Australia, or Canada. Anyway, I decided to go for Giardini Naxos, which is only around 6, 7 kilometers from Taormina, but where it's actually much, much, much cheaper than Taormina. Eating out is cheaper, and real estate is significantly less expensive than Taormina. So we are talking on average €1,600 per square meter to compare to €3,500 per square meter in Taormina, and these are average prices. So in Taormina, to buy a property is more than twice as expensive as Giardini Naxos. Giardini Naxos has around 9,000 inhabitants. It is a fully fledged, lovely town with a port and long stretches of beach. The town has like a kind of postcard setting, and it's really gone from being a sleeping town, a kind of fishing town, into a popular resort. But it's not as crowded as Taormina. So many of you who don't want to live in a crowded place, this could be a better alternative than Taormina. There are also some very good restaurants here, and the town is famous for being the first Greek colony on the island. And there is also some lovely churches as well. Giardini Naxos is on the eastern coast of Sicily, as said, very close to Taormina. Now, the most convenient airport is Catania, and there are direct buses to and from the airport with a journey time of around 1 hour and 15 minutes. And Giardini Naxos also shares a railway station with Taormina on a line which runs from the of coast of Sicily from Messina to Siracusa. So that's why I put Giardini Naxos first. I'll summarize that. It's so much cheaper than Taormina. So property is less than half price of Taormina, and eating out and living there is a lot cheaper. And you still can get to Taormina by bus in not too long. Now, of course, other places could have made it as well. I'll mention one or two: Salemi, Musomeli, and Riposto, and plus many, many more could have made the list. But those are my choices. I'd love to know if you agree or disagree. Please comment below. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall see you soon on the next video.